What's 3 to the 4th over itself? I have essentially multiplied by 1, which means I haven't done anything to it.
So for 9, you multiply by 2.
What?
For 9.
Yes, but we'll get there in a second. What did I multiply here? And it's good to leave yourself some room. 6b squared. So I'm going to multiply this by 6b squared. And what am I multiplying here? 2. So I need to multiply here by 2, a to the 4th, b squared, which gives me 4. Very good.
Why would you do 2, 8?
How do you get that?
Okay, we're going to do something different. Okay, we're going to do something different. For Nick. What was the common denominator?
18 to the 4th b squared.
Maybe we should get into so you gotta find what 9 goes for. But the first time you just do it between those two, then you gotta do the third one, or do you? Like, does it have to be a common denominator of all of them?
It has to be a common denominator for all 3 of them.
Oh, I thought.
I'm doing all 3 of them at the same
I
time.
thought you had to do like 6 times 3, and then 8 and 4.
You do.
You do. But we're doing it all at once. Okay? We're doing it all together at the same time. So, now let's focus on one fraction at a time. We had to multiply by 3a to the 4th to turn this into this. So we've got to multiply the numerator by 3a to the 4th. Here I had to multiply by 6b squared to get 18a4b squared. So I've got to multiply here by 6b squared. Here I'm going to multiply by 2a4b squared to give me 18a4b squared. So I've got 4a to the 5th b cubed. Now, if I'm adding 3 fractions and they all have a denominator that's the same, isn't that essentially this? Because they all have the same denominator, right? Okay, can you add this term to this term? Can you add this term to that term? They're not alike. Can you factor anything out of these 3 terms? No. That's your answer. And you can't just pick things apart. You can't just start canceling A's and B's. Most of the time, you're going to stop there, right? Okay? Okay, 90. 90 is my least common denominator for 15 and 18. What other factors are involved down there?
X and Y.
XY cubed.
Now, you're saying, why did you just put y squared? Why not y cubed? Let's use a number. If I asked you to find a common denominator for 2 and 4, what would you tell me? You need a denominator that's big enough to hold your biggest factor. Okay? Isn't 4 the same thing as 2 squared? Okay. So just so it's big enough to hold your biggest factor in each individual denominator, you're good. Now we could have said 8, but that means when we're done, we're going to have to reduce. All right? So here, as long as I have enough y's to hold the biggest amount of y's in any particular fraction, which would be y squared, then I'm good. Because watch. Is it 6? You're right, sorry. 6x times 15y squared gives me 90x y squared, right?
Correct.
So here I'm going to multiply by 6x. $18 18 times 5 is 90. X, y squared. If you have a variable located in both denominators, you just take the largest exponent.
Oh, it doesn't have
Just
to
take
be
the largest exponent. So if you've got squared, cubed, fourth, and fifth power, you'll use the fifth power. Just the largest exponent.
The exponents don't have to be like the same.
No,
Like the,
no. And so here we have 5y squared. Now, if two fractions are added and the denominator is the same, isn't that basically they're over the same denominator, right? Okay. Can you factor anything out of this? No. Can you reduce 42, 90, and 5 all by a number?
No.
No. So that's your answer.
In almost all the stuff you multiply in numerator will look kind of the same, like have the same variable.
I'm confused. What do you mean?
All the stuff you multiply in numerator.
Oh, no, it won't always be the same. It depends on what your denominator is. It just worked out that way for these.
wait, what number did you multiply by to get 90? Was it
Okay. Here, what's your common denominator? X plus 2. Understand, this is a group. You already have a common denominator. Do you have to change the numerators? No, because you didn't change the denominator.
That's the answer.
So your answer is negative 2 over x plus 2. Because you can subtract 2 minus 4.
Can you reduce that or can you
No.
just adding?
Group. Put it in parentheses to keep it straight. All right, I want you to